All right, I just watched this video and it makes me angry because people are going after cops hardcore right now. Now, when a cop tells you to do something, you do it, whether you like it or not. I've been put in handcuffs. I can't talk today. Um, I've been put in handcuffs 2 times in my life. And every time I've complied and did what they asked me to do. I made it home. I didn't get any tickets. I didn't get any charges. Now, some of those times that I've been put in handcuffs, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. And I did not know. So, and it wasn't because I was white and the other people may or may not have been white. It's not that. You want to know why the cops stopped us? Is because the kid got in a fight in a gas station prior to that. We were at a party. I'd never met this kid before in my life. He turned out to be the kid who just gotten out of jail and was already on parole. And he had a bunch of drugs on him, and he was telling this one girl to shove it up in areas that I'm not going to pronounce. But with that said, some of you already know what I'm talking about. But after that, that made me really realize about what kind of people you hang out with and what you really should be doing with your life. So I stopped partying and all kinds of stuff. But what the main thing is, if a cop tells you to do something, do it. Just do it. If they tell you to take your hands out of your pockets and put it in the air, do it. If I was in their position and I told you to take your hands out of your pocket, I would pull my gun out too if you refused to do so. Because I've seen too many videos of cops being shot and killed because a person pulls their gun out and shoots them because they had a gun in their pocket. Now, I'm not saying every cop's going to ask you, because some cops do let their guard down, which I don't think is good for them. I think they can get hurt that way. If a cop tells you to do something, do it. If you get pulled over, pull over. Put your hazards on, take the keys out of the ignition. I set it on top of the vehicle so they know I'm not going to drive away. And I keep my hands on the steering wheel after I turn the light on so they can see in the cab of the car. That is safe for your part. And if you have passengers, tell them to put it on the dash cam or the dashboard. And if you have someone in the back, just tell them to put their hands on the shoulder and don't move. And that's it. And they're going to notice that, hey, these guys are either being fishy or they're being safe. And they're going to ask you, do you have any weapons in the car? If you do, let them know. If you have registered weapons in the car, let them know. I don't own any weapons. Eventually I will. But they will be registered, and I will be registered to own them. So I just want to throw that out there. I'm all for owning guns and having guns, as long as you're registered and you know what the fuck you're doing. Guns are not toys; they're tools. A lot of people think they're toys. They're not. They're tools. So that's where I'm coming out with that. So, anyways, don't forget to tell them either, because that will also end up very badly for you as well. If you have a gun that's in the car that's not yours, let them know, and you should probably have that person who is registered to that gun, or that gun's registered to the gun, or that person who has that gun registered to them. You might want to have them in the car or have them on speed call. So, other than that, just do what the cop says. You'll be okay. You'll get home safe. Everybody will be happy. The cops will get home to their families and be able to sleep and wake up another day, and you'll be able to do the same thing. Just do what they ask. It's not hard. Common sense. It's not hard. Do it. Just do it. There's no point in getting all aggressive. Oh, you're doing this because you're just trying to intimidate me. No, motherfucker. It's because you're looking very suspicious over there with your fucking hands in your pocket. And I've seen multiple videos where there's been an incident and just the people in the background, how they're holding their pockets. And I'm like, oh shit, if I was a cop, I'd be like, hey sir, can you just take your hands out of your pocket? But I know that they probably wouldn't even say that because just being a white cop in general is dangerous because people want to point the racism finger. And it's stupid because a lot of that shit is not for racism. Don't get me wrong. There is there is racist cops. And I do not support that. I do think that needs to be dealt with. But not every white cop, not every white male or female, or a white person in general, they're not racist. And if they are, something should be done. But am I white? Am I racist for being white? No, I'm not. Do I support Black Lives Matter? I do not, because of the actions they take for the protest. I know some of them are peaceful. Some of them do start peaceful, but then end up being very not peaceful. Like buildings getting destroyed or burnt down. Monuments that I take pride in, and other monuments that are like, why the fuck are you pulling that monument down? Like the Colonel Shaw one. He was the first white man to even lead a black regiment in the Civil War, which I think is pretty ballsy for anybody. I think it's pretty ballsy for those men to even enlist. Because I wouldn't want to be an African American going against the rebellion, because that's not all what they were for. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the bunch of the rebellions were all racist. No, that's also not what they were. They weren't just for slaves. They weren't. There's so much more into it than just that. That was just the big painted picture at the time, and that's what got into the history books. Do research, and you will see. So I know my videos tend to start in one spot and trail off in a bunch of other branches. So I got a lot to say, and I do tend up to mess up on words. It's because I get excited when I talk about it. And yes, I do have political debates with people around me because I do think it's a good idea to be able to practice that, because you can grow. You can grow. And that one-on-one connection and that debating connection that you can get with someone will help you grow as a person. It will help you to be open-minded and respect the other person that's sitting across from you, giving you their opinion, and being able to be like, okay, that's how they think, that's what they want. So, and then at the end of the day, if there's something that needs to be come together, you guys can probably work something out that works for both of you, not just for one side of it. And that's how shit should be done in this country. It's just, I'm not trying to point fingers, but the radical left is going kind of crazy because they really don't like Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. I will be until the day that he's out of office. I'm still going to be a Trump supporter. So that's just how it is. Deal with it. If you don't like it, sorry. Not trying to offend you, but that's just how I think. Have a good one. Bye.